Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say.
Hello, and I am back again, and this time we are doing Pro Wrestling Guerrilla's Dynamite Tag Team Title Tournament Night 2. This was the finals of their tournament to crown their new Tag Team Champions. And right off the bat, I just want to say that I felt this was a better show, simply because the fans were far better for this show than they were Night 1. Night 1, the fans just really kind of threw me off a little bit. But let's get kind of started here. We started with Stalker Ichikara versus Top Gun Talwar. This was very funny, very good comedy match, much better than I felt the comedy match from the night before. Lots, just good, funny stuff. The crowd was into it. I was into it. I would definitely give this 2.5 stars as a comedy match. Just a lot of fun. Then we had the second round match, which was the Briscoe brothers versus the Havana Pitbulls. What would you expect from these guys? These guys went out there, put on a good 3.5 star match, or 3.5 star match. Sorry, and just excellent stuff in my opinion. You know, they've worked with each other before. You could definitely tell. And it was just a lot of fun, and the fans were, of course, into this. And the fact that the fans were into this helped a lot. There was some stuff that was just kind of and I think that it was like Night 1. This was given a little too much more time than it needed to be, but it was kind of, you know, it was what it was. I did think during the entire tournament the Briscoe brothers kind of phoned in some stuff. I will say that, as I've seen them with guys just as good as this, or teams just as good as this. I've seen them with a lot of the same teams and put on better matches. So there we go. The next match we had was Ronan versus Kevin Steen. This was okay. Kevin Steen, you know, like I said in Night 1, I'm not real big on Ronan. Kevin Steen, I like. This was okay. The fans were not as into this as they were, I would say, the first 2 matches. Again, okay, I'd give this 2 1/4 stars, in my opinion. Then we had, for a strange reason, we had the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Championship title match in the middle of the card, all of a sudden. Oh, I skipped the match. I'm sorry. The Muscle Outlaws versus Pac and Roderick Strong. This was a great match. Well, not great, but this was very good in my opinion. As you would expect, lots of fast moving, lots of good high flying. I really enjoyed this. I would definitely give this 3.5 stars. Just good overall action with both teams going out there and trying to win the fans over. Good ending, just a good match overall. Now we get to the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Championship title match, which was El Generico versus Sema. And this was good high flying, good comedy. Sema, you know, playing to the crowd. El Generico playing to the crowd. Overall, pretty solid match. Kind of wondered why this was in the middle of the show, though. But, you know, for whatever reason, that kind of threw me off a little bit. But this was a good, solid match. I would give this 3 stars. Yeah, I give this 3 stars. Nothing wonderful, but still a good overall match. Then we had a 4-way with Don Fuji, Bingo Gambino, Bingo Gambino. Yeah, I cannot pronounce his name. TJ Perkins and Human Tornado in a 4-way, which was very fun, very spotty, but I liked it. Good, fast-paced match. The ending kind of, in my opinion, came out of nowhere, but it wasn't anything horrible. Just I felt like they didn't lead up to the ending far enough. But still, lots of good spots. TJ Perkins, though, looked lost in parts of this match, or this would probably get a little better rating. But I felt this was good. I felt this was still a good 3-star match, and a lot of fun. And the fans seemed to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it, and that's what matters. Then we have Bryan Danielson versus Joey Ryan, and this, for all the people that continually say that Bryan Danielson does not have personality, you need to watch this match, because Bryan Danielson played to the crowd. He played off Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan, you know, kind of did his comedy shtick, and the whole story of the match was sort of like Joey Ryan understood there was no way he was going to be able to out wrestle Bryan Danielson. So they played that up in the first part of the match with just kind of a comedy type skit, and then it kind of got more serious with Joey Ryan kind of showing what he can do, and Bryan Danielson showing just what a marvelous wrestler he is. I'd give this 3.25 stars. I really liked this. I thought that overall this was a good, entertaining match. I wouldn't say probably not a great technical match, but this was a good, entertaining match. And the fact that it was a good, entertaining match, you know, is a good thing, because ultimately that's what you want from a wrestling match, is to be entertained, and this was definitely entertaining in my opinion. Then we had they brought in an 8-man tag with all of the teams from the night before that were eliminated. So you had the Kings of Wrestling, Trailer Park Boys, Arrogance, and Super Dragon, and Davey Richards, and an 8-man. I thought this was going to be a lot better than it was. I thought this was good, but not great. I thought that, especially since you had, 8 guys in the ring who definitely could put on a really just spectacular match, and I was kind of let down in the fact that I just thought this could be a lot better, and it wasn't. Though it was good. I mean, it was a good. I would give this 3.25 stars, but I just felt it was kind of there. This was one of those. This was a match in which I think the fans kind of left for a little bit. Like I said, the fans on this night were better than night 1, but still not great. They did a lot of sitting, in my opinion. But there were a couple moves that they did pop for, and there was a couple of things that were really good. They did tell some good stories during the match, which was very good. Though I thought that at times it was just kind of, it was like, oh, well, we're here, so let's see what we can do type of thing, and not anything more than that. But still, I thought it was fairly good. And then we had the tag team title match, the Briscoes versus Pac and Roderick Strong, and this was a fabulous match. This was a great match. Pac doing what Pac can do, the Briscoes doing what the Briscoes can do. Roderick Strong, did I say Davey Richards before? If I said Davey Richards, I'm sorry, but Roderick Strong going out there and doing what he can do. This was just a great match, a great way to end the night, in my opinion. All the guys hitting, I mean, the fans were on their feet. The fans were just going crazy for this at the end. And this was definitely, in my opinion, a 4-star match. 4, and I would give this 4 stars and 1/4 star. It's just a good, fun, entertaining, just lots of good spots, lots of good tag team wrestling. And undoubtedly, I wouldn't give it I'd say it was the second best match of the weekend as well, with Cena and Danielson from the night before being the best of the weekend. But overall, this was a good show, just like the show before. Excellent stuff all the way around. If you've never checked out Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, this is a good show to check out. I would say these 2 shows. There's lots of good stuff on there. It's a pretty star-studded crowd or card on both nights, so you should be able to find something that you would like, I would imagine. Like I said, be aware that the crowd on night 1 wasn't so great, in my opinion. Night 2, I thought the crowd was a little better. But still, lots of good wrestling. Definitely something that I would definitely recommend picking up. I would give this night 2 a little better than night 1. I'd give this probably 8.25, I'd say. It was a little better than night 1, not a lot better than night 1, but I felt this was an overall better show than night 1. As night 1, I felt had a lot of just on it, like just that's okay stuff, and this had very little of that, in my opinion. So overall, these are the 2 DVDs. This is night 1. This is night 1. This is night 2. This is night 2. Overall, they come very well packaged. Very nice little set for the 2 of them. One thing I will say about Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is they do have nice packaging, and also the DVD menus and stuff are superb, in my opinion, particularly for an indie. Though that's really, I don't think, too much to ask that they are in Southern California, and I'm sure they can find production studios that can give them good stuff. But anyways, as I said, it's my first Pro Wrestling Guerrilla review on here. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, you definitely should check it out. It's good stuff. The tag team title tournament, check it out. It's good stuff. I recommend it. Wouldn't say highly recommend it, but I would recommend it. I am looking forward to Ebola 07 once it does come out, and I will do a review of that. Thank you much.